Voting by mail. What's the deal? In June of 2020, President Trump tweeted this. And this. And then said he wants to delay the election because of it. Delay the election? Can he do that? Well, short answer, no. But you can look into that on your own. So what is voting by mail? Let's go back, way back, to even before the United States was officially America. Absentee voting started with voters from some of the original 13 colonies who couldn't make it to the polls on Election Day. As long as those voters were white, and male, and owned property. And during the American Revolution, a group of soldiers from the Continental Army sent a letter back to their town seeking their votes to be counted in a local election. The town held a meeting and ruled that the men would be able to cast their ballots from afar. There were a few examples of absentee voting during the War of 1812, but the Civil War was the first instance of a widespread use of non-in-person voting. It's the 1860s, and Republican President Abraham Lincoln wants to let Union soldiers vote from the battlefield. Democrats said no, and that's fraud. Sound familiar?
Fraud, all sorts of many ballots.
But by the 1864 presidential election, 25 states legalized absentee voting, allowing for 150,000 of the 1 million Union soldiers to vote absentee and help Abraham Lincoln secure the win against Army General George B. McClellan. Fast forward to World War I. Lawmakers expanded absentee voting to people other than soldiers, like railroad workers, for the first time. Absentee voting came in and out of American elections with every war. Now it's 2020.
Australia's bushfire disaster.
World War III.
Coronavirus crisis.
170,000 dead Americans.
All 50 states allow absentee voting, but only 29 states in the District of Columbia have no excuse absentee ballots, meaning you don't need an excuse to apply to vote by mail. 5 states even automatically send ballots to registered voters through the mail. And you might know some people who have voted by mail, including this guy, and this guy, and 15 other of his close associates. So, America's absentee ballot history is unequivocally tied up in its wars. And according to President Trump, we're in one with COVID-19.
In a sense, a wartime president. I mean, that's what we're fighting.
Americans need safer options to vote for the greater good of the country and democracy, meaning not waiting in long lines to vote in person. That's why mail-in voting is such a hot topic right now. So, mail-in voting isn't new. Americans have been doing it since before America was officially America. And if someone tells you otherwise, at least make sure it's from someone who didn't fill out their own birthday wrong on a ballot.
Donald Trump even filled out his date of birth incorrectly on his application for an absentee ballot.
Hi, I'm Lexi from Anthem. This video is part 1 in a 3-part series on mail-in voting, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you'd like to see more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.